Guys, it's 2020. It's our first episode of the year. Thank you very much for being here. We've got a goal. We've got a goal to get to 100 viewers every time we stream on Mixer. 100 viewers every time we stream on Mixer. This is really going to help us give us tons of exposure to literally hundreds and thousands of new people this year. 2020 is the year. Come join us on Mixer, mixer.com/X1Bros. We stream every single morning. We stream a couple times at night and on Fridays. We're trying to get to 100. It really will help us out. It's free for you. It's also entertaining for you, if I do say so myself. And it really helps us out. 100 viewers on Mixer, mixer.com/X1Bros. Now, time for the show. It's 2020 and we're back. It's better than ever. Life is better than ever. Loving is better than ever. Love is a little bit sweeter. The air is a little bit more airy. The sun is a little bit more brighter.
Hey, where do you guys...
the X1 Bros are back. It's podcast number 293.
He's still doing his... Yeah. David really gave Jordan that look. Like, shut the hell up. Shut up. I'm doing the intro.
We're the Bros, the X1 Bros. This is your Positive Gaming and Xbox One community. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. So excited. First episode of the year. Jordan, sorry.
I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot.
Okay, sorry. I scared the idea out of you. As always, I'm joined by the Bros, the X1 Bros. First, it's Mr. McSpicy. Second, it's Jordan the Man. And I am X1. Welcome to the show. A lot of big stuff is happening. Before we get into it, we do have a community play coming up. Jordan, tell us the next community play, the first one of 2020.
I actually have like half the year planned. So,
well, that's excellent.
Just so you know.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very
so
good.
anyway, it's on the 25th of January at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
That is a Saturday. I think it's 2 Saturdays from now.
It's two Saturdays from now. So it's at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please convert that to your local time.
And what is the game, baby?
The game is Modern Warfare.
Ooh, I like it.
So
I like it a lot.
They got some cool custom matches that we can do.
Yes.
And then yeah.
And then Call of Duty, here we come.
Our
last community play, we did Halo Master Chief Collection. It was fabulous. It was a blast.
Ronan's excited. I'm going to rig it so he's on my team.
Prepare to feel my dominance. Community play hype, yes.
Yes, very cool.
They're always so much fun. If you haven't had a chance to join us in the community play, come do it. Saturday.
Super fun. We're going to have at least one a month for the whole year.
Yep.
And it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, there you go.
So look forward to it.
2020, big things are happening, baby. Big things are happening. January 25th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That is our next community play.
Yes.
Apex Legends. It's the big news.
Yes.
They had a event.
They have an event
that's coming.
Yeah.
They announced it on trailer. It's the Grand Soiree event.
I believe Pathfinder's putting it on.
Oh, Pathfinder is hosting it. It looks amazing.
Very legit.
Yes. I will first of all just say I think Apex is absolutely nailing the style. For those of you that have not yet seen it, you're probably hiding under a rock somewhere because it's everywhere. It has the skins are so it's all new skins. It's this limited time event that's happening from the 14th to the 28th.
Yep.
The skins have
Hold on, did you see that we're watching the trailer live?
Yeah, that kick.
That catch, Pathfinder grab?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, whoever did that is really good.
The skins, it has this Outer Worlds, steampunk, Fallout feel to it. It looks fabulous. It looks amazing. But they're doing something very unique here in this event. Starting on January 14th, every 2 days, a new event starts and the previous event ends. So you got 2 days to jump into an event, and then you go right into it.
There's going to be 7 events
It's cool.
total.
7 events total that start from the 14th to the 28th. Let me pull it up here and I can go through.
I have it all.
You have them all?
Yeah.
Go through the different events because I think this is cool. I have a theory here. I talked about this with someone earlier today. I think they're testing out new mode. Like I think these are future changes, and they said, "Hey, let's test them. Let's see how it works. Do we want to make these changes or not? Let's see if it breaks anything." And they were like, "Well, why don't we just turn it into an event?" Boom, made an event out of it. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I believe, is it every 2 days the events are going to change?
Yeah.
But the first one is called Gold Rush, which
Gold
puts
Rush,
you in a
baby.
squad of 2, so it's duos. You drop into World's Edge, and the only weapons you can loot are
weapons.
gold weapons, gold legendary tier weapons, L-Star, Kraber, Mastiff, and fully outfitted versions of the Flatline, EV8, Triple Take, G7, and Charge Rifle.
Oh,
So very cool. After that, we have Live, Die, Live.
oh, Live Die Live. This one is cool. Live Die Live is if the 3 of us are teamed up, 2 of us die, we respawn as long as the last person makes it into the
When the
next
ring clicks to
ring.
the next section, we automatically respawn.
Which
right?
I think is super cool. I think that's game changing. I think that could
It's an
really make
interesting
things-
concept because if you've ever played in pub matches, right? 4 out of 5 times, if your teammate dies, they just leave.
They just leave, yeah.
Even though we risk our lives getting their tags to
yeah.
revive them, but they just bounce, right?
Yeah.
So the interesting concept on this is just the fact that everyone will stay in the game. They won't leave because
that's just
there's a chance you're just automatically going to be revived.
Yeah,
right?
that's an
So-
easier revive. Also, talk about we talked about this earlier, Spicy. The chaos of Endgame
Oh
will
yeah.
be insane.
Can you imagine if
yeah, all of a sudden everybody boop.
the last little 15 feet's gonna have 10 teams, 10 full.
Well, I
teams.
wonder I wonder if you don't revive in the last two rings or something.
No, it's according to this, it's every time the ring clicks to the next section.
Oh, that's so cool. That
Yeah.
one's so cool. The next one actually is the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, this one is actually going to be really interesting. So the next mode is going to be third person mode, which you can
Boom.
see right now on screen. You're
Boom.
going to be playing in third person,
yeah.
which will be interesting.
I made this prediction earlier today. Mark your calendars. I think Spicy will agree with me. We discussed this earlier. This is coming. Third person is coming as an option to Apex
As a permanent
eventually, As a
option.
permanent option.
This is, and the reason is because we've talked about. I've mentioned this many times
Preach,
on the
brother.
show. I've mentioned this many times. They are probably not getting not as near as many sales as Fortnite because Fortnite is third person. You can see your own skins that you have purchased
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you
look
have
at this.
earned.
Look at those skins. Look at that.
Well,
I
and
want to
good
see
skins.
that.
And third person brings a different dynamic of you can see around corners and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
right?
I mean,
You
it
know,
definitely
like
changes the gameplay, right? But the fact that you can see your stuff that you purchased makes you want to buy it more.
And so, what day does that one start on?
I think this is
That'll
coming.
be the
Oh,
third
you
mode.
don't have the
That'll be
dates
the third
there?
mode.
Okay,
so
so-
2 days starting on the January 14th.
Oh,
so
okay,
that'll
okay.
be the third mode, right? So that'll be in the middle.
So hold on. I actually think because in the trailer they do show some third person play, and it looks just as smooth, just as fast. The gunplay looks exactly the same. I actually think most people, when this comes, will be playing that third person. It'll
be interesting to
It's
see.
superior.
Yeah.
It will be. It's just so cool, right? Like, look, that's what it is because it's just what it is the Gears CNN cam. It's not third party third person like Fortnite where you're all the way out. It's still up tight on the shoulder.
I wonder how they're going to do it to aim down sight.
Well, I mean, just like Fortnite probably,
click
or lots
maybe?
of them.
Yeah, click.
When you aim down sight, like with a sniper, it actually zooms in on the sniper. But when it's over the shoulder, like ARs and under, it's just over the shoulder.
So,
right?
but that takes away a third of your loot, though, doesn't it? Because you don't need scopes anymore. Like
that's interesting.
the
Like
hollow sights
some
and
of
stuff?
the
Yeah.
some of the attachments may
Well, maybe when you zoom,
become
you always,
obsolete.
maybe when you zoom, you always go into.
Because like if you do, like for example,
maybe hip fire stays.
Well, I'm curious
third,
if they
but-
do it like PUBG. So in PUBG, you can zoom in like you do in Fortnite, and then you can actually click a different button to zoom in through the
Yeah, yeah.
iron sights, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder. Yeah,
Interesting.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, if we go back to the beginning here, we can point it out when it comes up. It's one of the first ones that they show off here, the third person, and it's not like Fortnite third person. It's tight up on the right shoulder. It's very a lot closer to Gears than to Fortnite on it.
Oh, he has the
Dude,
joke on. That bad
Look at
boy.
the gun skin. Oh, that's so sweet. That one's so sweet.
So right here.
So that's Gold Rush Duos.
Oh no, that's when they're coming in. It's right there. See how.
So
oh,
when
and then
he's
he zooms
sprinting,
out.
When he sprints, it zooms out. When he's
Well, wait,
fighting.
was he aimed? He might have been aimed. Can you rewind that?
Yeah,
just
I'll
slightly?
rewind that. Yeah.
I think he might have been aimed. So that
No,
there
he
you
did
go.
it
That's
zoom
your
in a little
aim
bit.
right
Yeah,
there.
but that's just
So notice when he's so aimed. So I'll pause it right here. Okay, we'll just pause this. Okay, look at that. It's close right there. But when he sprints, that's when it falls back.
Falls out. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to do iron
I
sights
think it
if
looks
it's even
good.
available in that mode.
I think it looks good.
No, it does look
Yeah.
good. It looks exciting.
Well, I mean, if they do it right, they're going to make a lot of money because one of the reasons I haven't really gotten into the skins is because I can't see them while I play.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're more focused on your weapon skins, right?
Yeah.
So after third person, the next mode.
Yeah, this is
my
actually going to be
favorite
the
mode.
this is going to be the fun mode.
Yeah.
The stressful mode. This is the fourth mode. It's going to be always be closing. The ring will never
Oh,
stop.
not this one. Yeah, this one's interesting too.
So from the get-go, the ring will start closing all the way to the end.
Never stops, and it looks like the ring might give you more damage.
I can see that on that.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
that
because
specific one.
that's like the incentive to not get caught in the ring.
Then there's the armed and dangerous.
This is my favorite.
which
This is the mode that got me back into Apex.
which
This
is basically
shoddy snipers.
yep, shoddy snipers.
Which
Only
i-
shotguns and snipers.
Yeah, which in this map, shotguns won't. It'll be all sniping.
yeah.
yes.
It'll be all sniping.
The sixth mode is Kings Canyon After Dark. So we're
So-
going to go back to Kings Canyon.
Yeah.
And we're going to play at nighttime, much like the Frightmares.
Halloween, just like the Halloween event.
So-
that's cool. That's okay. I don't really care to go back to Kings Canyon. I'll be honest.
The next one I think is going to be hilarious. This is Dummy's Big Day.
Yes.
So it's the final mode, transforming all characters into colorful, dummy-looking 3D renders that make it more difficult to discern who is who.
Oh, so you do still have? See, I was under the
That's-
impression.
that sounds fun.
I was under the impression.
So there they all are.
It is. I was under the impression that you didn't have your abilities anymore, but you still have your abilities then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
But
it
you
is-
don't know who's who,
You
right?
don't know who's who. Very
that
cool.
sounds.
I
fun.
wonder if your teammates are going to be dummies too, so you don't even know who your teammates are.
That would be
That's-
hilarious.
sounds
Everybody-
That would be
way
hilarious.
So anyway, that'll be the last mode.
Stupid. Friendly fire.
And
on.
of course, they got new skins, new gun skins, new emotes.
the skins like Watson's skin. That's a good looking.
Yeah, that looks
skin.
like something out of Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah.
But emotes, all that good stuff, and it'll be starting January 14th, so next week.
So the events are starting soon. I like the every 2 days. I think it's going to force everybody to jump in and play. It's like I can't miss it. It's only 2 days. I got to play this. Let's play it.
Yeah.
They also do basically have their own battle pass for this event where you can earn 3 guns and a skin. While you play. So that's really cool. An event specific battle pass. You get event points that you can earn and do different stuff. You get the Mirage skin and then 3 of the guns. So it's very exciting. Spicy.
Yo.
First impressions event. Apex.
Oh.
Grand Soiree.
Well, I mean, I always like new things. I really like the skins. A lot of those skins I saw. Are you okay?
yeah, my water.
Oh, by the way, we all know where Jordan sits at the end of the podcast because there's either crumbs or spills or something. He just spilled his drink. That's okay though. I didn't mean to point that out. I feel bad about that. No, I really like the skins, and I'll be honest. I haven't spent any money on this game up until they came out with really good skins, which was over the Christmas
Holiday break,
events.
Yeah.
Or
Which were really good.
yeah. They like the 301 gun skin is
My
why I
favorite one.
spent my money.
Yep.
Although there are like Mirage's skin, the
Nutcracker.
Nutcracker skin. Oh, that's fantastic.
I do think Pathfinder and Caustic also have good ones.
I thought
too.
Watson had a good one too. Actually, I really liked her candy cane outfit or whatever it was. Anyways, that's
Who didn't?
cool that they're coming out with good skins. Now I really like the idea of a third person, just so I can feel like I'm showing off my skins more.
yeah.
Even though, yes, you could always see me, right? You could always see me while I played, but psychologically, being able to see my own skin that I bought,
It's way cooler.
it's I always see
Way
it.
cool.
Right?
And here's
So-
how they'll do it. This is why it's coming for sure, because it's the easiest thing to do to get yourself money, and it doesn't take away from gameplay. And people are probably saying, well, no, that takes away what Apex is. No. How they'll do it is they won't take away first person. They'll just say, hey, we're giving you the option to play third person. And maybe they start everyone in third person, and you right click, and boom, moves you into first person if you want.
The mode that has me probably most interested is the one where everyone revives.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Just the end game on that is going to be hilarious.
Well, it will
It's gonna be
change.
chaos.
It will change the way, like you said, no one is gonna back
Leave,
out of
yeah.
a game. It
That's-
changes the dynamic.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for because
Yeah.
they probably get a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
that, people are leaving. But this will. They don't guarantee the people stay because they're like, oh, all they got to do is get to the ring and I'm back in, right? So that I find the most interesting, and the end game on that is I'm gonna be laughing, and it's gonna be way intense.
One of the other popular ones, Ronan in chat, is saying it's all about the mode where the ring never stops closing. That one's gonna be fun too.
Yeah, that one's gonna be more consistent. I think it's gonna be more consistent fights, right? There's gonna be a lot less downtime on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're continuously moving, right?
Yeah, and continuously coming.
You
together.
can't stop to loot. You got to kind of just.
It's really interesting how they're doing this. I agree with you, David. I think they had all these ideas to fix problems, and they're like, what if we make an event kind of like a beta where we can just have everyone play it, and then we can see what works and what doesn't.
And everyone will play it, and it's only 2 days long, and we'll be able to see this will break the game. That we cannot do this, right? In mass, right? I mean, because everything's only 2 days, you're going to get such a surge in players too. They'll be able to tell, yep, this worked. Nope, this didn't work.
Yep.
And I can take credit for that. The internet. That's what the internet is theorizing. But I agree with it. I think that absolutely this is probably what's happening.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Interesting.
Well, what did you guys do over Christmas break? We haven't been here for 2 weeks.
As far as gaming,
Yeah.
I played a crap ton of Escape from
Yeah.
Tarkov.
Dude, that game.
It's a good game.
So I think that game actually does have a chance to come to Xbox. That game. So for those of you that don't know what Escape from Tarkov is, or
Tarkov.
The Tarkov of the Tarkovs. I do that all the time. Escape from Tarkov. It's inspired by DayZ.
They
It
take
has
a lot of
some
inspiration
battle
from
royale
DayZ.
elements to it.
From Arma. Has a lot of inspiration from Arma.
It's you have a character, you have loot that you get in matches. You're in a match, you're on a map. Your goal is to extract, which means just to get to a point where you can get extracted, and you get to keep your loot. If you die, you lose all your loot. That's basically a 10,000-foot overview of what Tarkov.
Yeah. They put you on a map, on one side of the map, and they put other players on the other side of the map, and you have to traverse that map and get out of there.
Yeah.
But anything you bring, if you die, you lose it forever.
It is.
Anything you kill, you can take their stuff, and if you extract, you get to keep all their stuff.
It is, like Spicy said, it's crack. It is so
It's really
addicting. It's very addicting. We've all been playing it.
Yeah,
a lot.
I told David this earlier. You know what, like Monster Hunter and Dark Souls. You know how like Monster Hunter has that Dark Souls vibe, but they get rid of all like the middle stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the accelerated crack version. Monster Hunter's the accelerated crack version.
They just give you bosses.
Yeah, they just give you bosses, and then you can take the cool stuff from the bosses and make your cool stuff out of it, right? This is what they did to DayZ. Tarkov is what that is to DayZ. They took all the boring parts out of DayZ and made it always intense, and every time I play that game, it's a butt clencher.
Oh yeah.
It is so cool.
Dude.
It takes so much knowledge to be decent at that game. My whole Christmas break, as far as gaming went, of course I played other games like Apex and stuff, but my brain was always thinking about how I can get better at that game. That game, by the way, no game has ever come close to the weapon modding system in that
cool.
game.
Insane,
It is
yeah.
cool.
It is deeper than you've ever seen. The developers of that game wanted to make it real. It's like a simulator with weapon modding and everything, right?
It's cool.
So,
Anyways, I think
I've had that game forever, but because of the updates, that's when I really got back into it.
It's there's a lot of controls, and so it coming to a controller would
seems
be
really
very
challenging.
hard to do. But secretly, a lot of games are mouse and PC compatible.
Keyboard.
on the mouse and keyboard,
PC.
mouse and keyboard compatible on the Xbox.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been really into Rainbow Six this week, and
Also,
I think
yeah.
because, well, if I said Tarkov is my lover right now, but Rainbow Six is my mistress, and it has a similar feel to Rainbow Six, very tactical, very like one-shot kills, you know. But I'm getting matched in with people who are on my team, and they're on mouse and keyboard, and I'm just sitting there thinking, yep, you could do Tarkov, then just bring it, just say it's on here, but it's only mouse and keyboard. Like, I would be okay with that.
Do you think Xbox would allow that though?
Oh yeah, why not? Well, no, you'd have a controller mod, but if the controller mod is inferior, just connect.
100% is going to be inferior
Yeah.
on that game specifically.
Yeah,
Well, every
It'd be like
key in
trying to
that game
play.
does something.
Let's say you can technically play an RTS like StarCraft on the Xbox, right? People with a keyboard are just going to be so far high up
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on that game. And this is this is very similar. It's not like your normal first-person shooter where everything just feels good, X reloads and all that stuff. You literally have to check the magazine. You can't even see how many bullets you have in your magazine. You have to check the magazine, and it'll give you an estimation. You have to load each individual round into the clips. Click, 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 which makes noise. And that is terrifying because if you're in the bushes and someone's walking by and they hear a click, 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 they know someone's reloading their gun and they're otherwise occupied. You're going to die, right?
Yeah.
Sound is so important in that game. But I just don't. It's just that game is so deep. Like you have to. There's so many controls, so many things that you have to worry about. I can see that being a challenge with a controller. I'm sure it's possible, but
Yeah, it would be a challenge. Anyways, it's super fun. That's Spicy's. That's basically all he's played, and we've all been playing it. We've been streaming it quite a bit. I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six, guys. Though Rainbow Six, in fact, Jordan, I think watching me downloaded Rainbow Six.
Yeah, it's back on my
That
box.
is Ubisoft has done such a good job supporting that game. First of all, it's completely different than when it first came out, right? Like it's completely evolved.
Yeah.
And it's all about map knowledge. It's similar to Tarkov. It's all about map knowledge in that game. And I don't have the map knowledge right now, but it's so much fun. Rainbow Six is very, very good. If you've not played Rainbow Six, you've never tried it out, I highly recommend trying it out because it is excellent. Very fun. That tactical, slow-paced, deliberate feel. It's got me going.
And when David gets going,
he goes. Going.
I go hard.
He goes fast.
Fast.
He goes high and tight.
High and tight. Jordan, what anything that you've been playing? Any?
I've been playing a lot of Tarkov.
Yeah, beyond Tarkov.
Before we go on, me and Jordan had like the greatest raid of our lives last night.
Well, wait. If you want to see the most hilarious thing, we were all on a team.
Do you guys have it?
No, we don't have it here. Well, it's on my Clutch profile, but you could go look it up on our clips on Mixer. Just go to the clips and you can see it. But what happened is the three of us were on a team and we got disconnected. But it lets you reconnect, and everybody on the map got disconnected, right? And it lets you reconnect. And so I load in, and there's a guy standing in front of me. We were about to shoot each other when everyone got disconnected, and he's starting to move because he's getting reconnected too. And I shoot him in the head. Boom, he's down. Spicy loads in, and the same thing happens to him, but he's the guy getting shot.
I got shot. Like, I loaded in, and I got shot. Right?
So, Jordan and I are still alive. We're going back to get Spicy's gear. And Jordan's like, hey, I got you covered, man.
Because there was these two people shooting at us.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. You're hearing shots.
Yeah.
They're shooting at us. I had just died.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, there's Spicy's body, but he's kneeling. What's up? Because of the reconnect, the other guy was glitched like that.
Yeah.
Jordan saw the other guy standing, even though I'd already shot him. So they're like, oh, Spicy, it must have done. And Jordan,
I was like, oh, my body's
there
glitched.
It is.
Yeah.
David, there's my body, because he's watching me on stream. So I go over there, shoot Mark in the head, body falls to the ground, and it's quiet for like 2 seconds, and you just hear Jordan say, that was me.
You shot me.
And we lost it.
I was laughing so hard because it's not like a normal game. We lost all our gear. That gear cost us 100,000 rubles. You know what I mean? And rubles don't come easy in that game.
No.
For everybody that's watching us live, Chief just actually linked that clip.
Oh, yeah.
It was so
hilarious.
funny. That was hilarious.
But you guys had an awesome raid. Like the greatest raid of all time, I hear.
Yeah, we
good.
started out at, 5 p.m. or something like that?
It was 6 p.m.
6 p.m., yeah.
And it got dark really fast.
Yeah, we didn't realize it would get that.
Day-night cycles
Yeah.
in this. And
But when it's dark, I mean, it's pitch
You
black.
can't see.
yeah, and we kept getting cut off. There were other raiders. They're called scavs, which are NPC bad guys, which players can play as scavs as well. And we couldn't go certain directions, so we were locked on one side of the map. We're trying to rush out before the sun completely goes down. And we ran into several firefights. Jordan
real players.
found the best gun in the game, in my opinion, the M4.
The M4, yeah.
And so we wanted to extract, and he
That was
working
right
on
at the beginning, too.
He found that right at the beginning, and we're like, it was like the holy grail.
crap.
Yeah.
He found an M4 in a freaking weapon crate that never spawns there. So we already have a lot of things going, for us.
Well, on your way.
But we should actually throw that on probably YouTube or something. It was a fantastic raid. It was like a 40-minute raid, and
Best time of your life.
my armor got shredded.
Yeah.
It went from 80 durability to 0.
Well, it was cool because we saw people with flashlights, and you just gotta watch it. It was really
It's such
quite
a such a fun game. And Jordan called me today, and he's like, "Just so you know, I had the greatest raiding experience of my life."
it
last
was
night."
fun. It was really fun.
Well,
That was a good
Trisha
one.
in chat said I was watching that live and it was hilarious how calm Jordan was. Through all the, I mean, he's got nerves of steel.
Yeah.
The guy, ice in his veins.
Well, I mean, I've been disappointed so much in that game.
That's true. he like never extracts.
Yeah.
David shoots him in the head.
Well, the funniest was when the three of us were on the pier
in factory.
and snipers are coming, and I get down in the grass, and Jordan's in front of me, and boom, his head, boom, his body falls right in front of me. So I'm taking his stuff, and then I hear Spicy get.
I got dead.
too.
Yeah, which is
But he's
funny
back behind
because
me.
I just gave you 4 of my surgical kits.
Yeah,
so
you just
can
gave me
stay alive.
everything to heal
I'm
up.
like, okay, David, heal up, heal. We were your bodyguards to get you out
I'm
of
laying
that
in the
place.
grass, and then I'm taking all Jordan's stuff, and I hear this guy coming down the pier. I can hear him coming, so I'm just sitting there. I switch out of
Waiting,
my
yeah.
sniper scope. He comes up, boom, shoot him. That guy had a good gun too, and then it
Yeah,
was
he had a
just
sniper rifle,
me running by myself to extract. It was a blast.
Well, and then there was the time in factory when you guys were factory. It's the name of the map. It's one of the smallest. It's basically like a team deathmatch map, right? But was it Mark or David? What do you guys said? Hey, I'll go out first so I can draw the fire.
Oh, that was
I was
spicy.
like, oh,
That was
okay,
me.
finally, I can finally extract.
I'm that kind of
yeah,
guy.
it was spicy.
And then we all ran out, and I still got shot first.
Jordan
Jordan's at the back.
Yeah.
Jordan's the really back.
They're like, I'm not gonna shoot that guy. I'm not gonna shoot that. That guy deserves to die.
Those two guys look like they know what they're doing because they're running. He's just standing there.
Which, by the way, I played that map with Jordan last night, and he shot me in the leg and broke my leg. I had to crawl to the extract.
So everybody knows it's hardcore realistic, right? So there's no gamer tags. You don't know who's who.
There's no radar, there's no
there's
map.
no nothing, right? So sometimes, like when you lose sight of your guy, you kind of come around a corner and you see someone, and instinctively you just gotta click the button. Luckily, I was aiming down and just shot his leg, which was funny.
You knew I was there. Like, you knew. And then
It's
you're
just
like,
like a reaction,
You know
like,
what? Oh, you totally did, what's that movie, Speed? You shot the leg of the hostage. You totally Keanu
it's a great
Reeves me.
movie.
You KR'd me.
Well, and what's funny is a little bit later, Mark realized his leg was broken, and we thought because we got in a firefight just after that, right?
Yeah.
And you thought it was because of the firefight, but it was probably actually because I shot you.
Yeah, I was, and that's terrifying.
Yeah.
When you have a broken leg, you move at a standstill.
Slow, yeah. But
Oh,
we got
man.
out that round.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good. I mean, that game is so good. It's so fun.
Yeah, it really is. Really, really fun.
I mean, we extract like 1 out of 10 times, but when we
Yeah.
do, it feels so good.
It is really fun. Really fun. Anyways, enough about what we've been playing. Let's get this show. Let's get to the next segment. This is the news.
Oh,
I'm getting there.
Jordan, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
so this year we get a new console.
Oh, I cannot wait. Everybody, by the way, we are going to E3. We are going to be there for most of the week. Well, till
I'm definitely gonna.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, you
Wednesday
guys may
night.
stay longer, but we're
Well,
being there from
Wednesday night
Sunday to
/
Wednesday.
Thursday morning. Early morning is when we'll take off. But we'll be there for E3 and the Microsoft conference. We are going to have a meetup again for sure the Saturday night before the Microsoft conference down at LA Live. We're gonna do bowling again because now we know
It's a good place.
We're
there.
doing it
was-
Saturday night.
That's what we did. Yeah,
Okay,
that's what we did
yep,
last time.
Saturday night.
So
Saturday
that
night,
is
party
it.
night.
So plan it, mark it. 9th to the 11th is E3. So the 8th. Oh no, wait. 9th to the 11th is the.
I'm gonna actually look this up.
is the 9th,
like,
9th,
professional
9th to the 11th is E3.
E3
but,
is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
But E3 is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Monday is the 8th. Sunday is the 7th. So Saturday the 6th
there we go.
of June
There it is.
is going to be our
There
meetup.
she belongs.
That's
Come,
it. Yep,
come
6th.
join us. It's going to be a blast. Anyways, we are getting a new console. It's going to be a huge E3 too. If you're not planning on going, this would be one. Or if you've never been, this might be one to consider going to.
Yeah, it was
because
fun. It was fun.
It's the beginning of a new era. Jordan.
What's new in this week for the Xbox?
No,
Yeah.
Jordan, well, new console. He said
Yeah,
new
so we're
console.
getting a new console. So Xbox Series X is aiming for a holiday release this year, right?
Of course.
And Matt Booty came out and said that its first-party games will be entirely cross-gen for the first year or two.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what that means,
course.
let's take Halo Infinite, for example. coming out. It's going to showcase the new console probably, and they're going to have like the upgraded version, but it'll still be playable on the Xbox One.
Yeah, and this is foolish. A lot of people are getting mad at this. Like, well, that was the point of buying a cross-gen. Guys, we already knew this was happening. This is the benefit. Like, I don't understand the faux outrage. The faux outrage is foolish. Shut up. Everyone out there that's outraged, shut up.
What's the point of buying a high-end PC if you can just play the same game with a mid-tier PC?
Yeah, everyone that's mad at that or thinks that's shut up.
And there's still going to be wow. There's still going to be Microsoft.
Well, we already knew it was coming.
Which,
you can't be mad. Like, we knew that was like. There is no longer generations. You're getting iteration, right?
Well, what I find funny is when you look at the console launch, it's like, oh, I bought a new console. Why buy a new console? Because there's only like 4 games for it. So they sit back in their boardroom and they go, okay, well, what if we just made all the games playable then? Well, why would you do that? Now, why do I buy a console? Because now I can play my game.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make you
because
happy.
you got to think scalable. Like, we're trying to scale this, guys.
No, yeah, and it's just like, well, why upgrade your graphics card? It's the same. It's the
console
same
wars
question.
are stupid. Ronan says console wars are stupid. He thinks that's most of that outrage is coming from Sony fanboys, and console wars are stupid. Amen, brother.
No,
Amen.
I mean, yeah, it's the same as upgrading your PC, but it's only going to be because at a certain point, certain games won't be able to handle the older stuff, right? Yeah. So it's basically set up just like a PC, right?
It's the same as phones.
Yeah,
at a certain point, your phone can no longer take any of the new applications.
He said for the first year or two, so let's say 2 years down the road, there's probably going to be a game that will be only on Xbox Series X because the old consoles can't handle what they're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that'll be coming out this fall.
I'm very excited.
You'll be able to take all your games with you, which I prefer. I mean, because I could get the new console, play the new games, like play Halo Infinite on it, which will take advantage of it, and still have my entire library with me, right? I mean, I don't see a problem with this.
I know Halo Infinite is probably going to be the big launch game, right? You get this new Halo. It's this revamp. It's this completely modern look at Halo. What do they do with it, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm really excited for the new Forza. I've been playing a lot of Forza 7 lately as well, and that game is beautiful. Can you imagine it?
With ray tracing?
With ray tracing.
Holy smokes!
Wow. Yeah. Because even right now in weather in Forza Motorsport 7, it's like, wow, this still looks really good. And Forza 7's what, 3 years old now? 3 years old total. It looks so good. Can you imagine that with ray tracing? And for Motorsport took time off. Like they have of every other year iteration. They They didn't do that this time. So this is full next gen,
ready to
go. I think that's the launch game I'm most excited for. And I know that's kind of niche and weird, but I'm very excited. Very excited.
It'll be cool, yeah. So yeah, holiday 2020, you'll be able to bring your library with you, which we already knew. Yep. And moving on, but still about the Series X. At CES, which was this last week, just a little bit ago, AMD showcased. Well, they didn't showcase, but they had a video of the Xbox, right?
Oh,
and they going through like the panel show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it showed the back of it, which I thought was really interesting, and it's not. So it showed the back ports, right, which we haven't seen.
Wait,
right?
didn't it come out that AMD was fake?
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. So it wasn't sourced by Microsoft, right?
It was just a rendering that was, it was fake.
That was on there, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. AMD made the chipset for those consoles, right? I'm pretty sure. Now, it's not sourced and it's not the official thing, but I'm pretty darn sure it's going to be pretty close to what they showed.
Oh,
exactly. So basically, they're not going to, if you're, as Microsoft, I think this, right? If this is what I would do if I was Microsoft, anything that's currently on the Xbox One X is not going to go away. It's all going to be on the new console, right?
Yeah,
so you're going to have your 2 HDMIs for in and out. Your obviously your power cord. Your what is it?
Optic audio.
Optic audio. Now the USBs is where it might change. I'm sure they'll still have 2 regular USB 3.0s.
We need to see.
Now in the rendering, it showed 2 USB-C ports.
Oh,
so right now on the current Xbox,
wait, people were mad at that.
Well, no, they were just
like
AMD.
They weren't mad. This is what happened. AMD came out with this rendering, and then Microsoft just said, "That's not accurate. That's not our rendering. That's not ours."
AMD said that this was not sourced by Microsoft.
I thought Microsoft said.
Microsoft came out and on
Twitter, they both said
because I saw the statement on Twitter. Yeah, so maybe it was.
And then the discussion, of course, on Twitter feeds. If you ever watch how civil people are,
that's basically where I live my life, which is why I see the foolishness.
Basically, it's people going, "Well, this better have my 2 USB ports. This better have optic audio, or I'm gonna just leave." I'm gonna go move to Canada.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure my opinion, I think that rendering is pretty close too. There may be a few adjustments, but we know it's going to have everything that the Xbox One X has, right? So you're going to have all that. When it comes to right now, the Xbox One X has 3 USBs, right? It has 2 in the back, 1 up front. Obviously, we know nothing is on the front of the Series X, so it's all going to be in the back. I think they'll have at least 2 USB-C or USB 3.0. And then maybe the third one will be a USB Type-C. I don't know.
I think they'll reverse it. I think they'll go 2 Cs, 1
USB,
1 3. If they're going to do 3,
I think
because I think you've got to just go to C.
Well, yeah, but at this point, USB 3.0 is more common than C.
Well, yeah, but for instance,
you could just go 2 and 2.
Well, but for instance, these consoles are going to be able to go 8K. 8K. There's no 8K televisions, right? But they don't care. They're pushing. Us there, right? I mean, it's the same with C. You just got to do it. A lot of my stuff is C now, and it frustrates me that I have to have all these different cables. Just everyone go to C, please.
Oh, and again, I'm pretty sure it'll have an Ethernet port as well.
Oh yeah.
So
it did not. The rendering did not have an Ethernet port?
No, it did.
Oh, okay.
But everybody was like, "Well, this rendering's fake." I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a lot of that stuff, guys. Like it's not.
Can you imagine if they forced us to play on Wi-Fi?
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. What?
What the hell?
And they wouldn't call it Wi-Fi. They would call it
They're
proprietary.
Yeah, they're proprietary.
This is better than Wi-Fi.
But it's Wi-Fi 6.
It's Wi-Fi 6.
It's Wi-Fi proprietary. We can't even tell you the details.
We can't even tell you.
By the way, it's 2.4.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's just your normal
It's
Wi-Fi.
2.42.
2.42.
Anyway,
just
so
enough to hit that microwave frequency.
The rendering is not sourced by Microsoft, and it's not confirmed that that's what it is. So that information is not correct. But let's be 100% honest. They're going to have all the basics.
The information we just spent 30 minutes talking about, not correct.
Yeah, but basically, I thought it was interesting because a lot of people, like you said on Twitter, kind of seem to get
I
upset.
gotta get off Twitter. Can I just be honest? Twitter is a cesspool.
No, it really
even in
is.
gaming,
Like,
in gaming, the only good thing about Twitter is you do get news like instantly. Like you see it there, then 30 minutes later you see it everywhere else. But honestly, I could do without that 30 minutes to leave the cesspool that is Twitter. Like I follow happy stuff. Like I follow this account that's like happy puppies, right?
No,
and I'll get them, and then I'll like the comments always show, right? And it's like, this dog sucks. This dog bit my arm off when I was a child. How dare you? And it's like, whoa, man, it's just this happy account. But that's Twitter. Twitter is accessible. There are many times.
I believe it's not just Twitter. I believe it's called the internet.
Well, no, but the internet as a whole, I feel like there's this.
No,
I disagree.
I agree with Bill Burr.
No, I do too.
87,
87, yeah.
87% of the internet are a-holes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I get
It's
it.
so true.
13% are nice people.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
13%.
They're the people that are like.
They're the ones playing Xbox.
They're the people that are like, guys, I'm pretty sure there's going to be an Ethernet port out there.
It's like for my it's like this.
Like
it's
it's
like
not-
this.
Those people don't yell on the internet.
It's like
They're
this
just
for my job. I had to post on an Instagram account about Escape for Tarkov, and so I posted a thing about Escape for Tarkov, and in the description I said this game is hitting it big because of streamers. It has a lot of battle royale elements to it, and there were a few people. The fact that I said there are battle royale elements that just went off for paragraphs, and it's like, what is happening here,
Is it,
guys? What? How dare you refer? This is not battle royale. Blah 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 blah. It's like, well, I didn't say it was battle. And it's like, okay,
Did
whatever.
you tell that?
No, I don't respond. Why am I going to waste my
I
energy
do.
responding to
I
that?
like to make jabs at the internet every once in a while.
No.
Like, for example.
I sent them a picture of my wiener,
Yeah.
That's actually illegal.
and I said, suck it.
You know what's funny?
Let me tell you a little jab I gave recently.
I think I have to tell you a
This is
story.
bringing up a memory.
No,
What?
no.
Wow.
I did not know this guy.
Okay.
It was a friend of a friend.
And he sent you a picture.
He
of his
sent
wiener?
me a picture of his wiener. Okay,
And you're like, huh.
and
as a joke,
No.
or as trash talk.
just
like the ultimate
that's
trash
just like
talk.
his. I don't know why.
He thought it was funny.
You're asking me why he did that?
He thought
I
it-
have no idea
He
why.
thought it was funny.
But
It kind of is funny.
I don't go in his circles, but my friend rolls in his circles.
Okay.
You know. Anyways, he sends me this picture, and I was like, "What?" Well, he said, "I'm going to send you a text," and he sent me a picture of his wiener.
Oh, so he knew it was you. It wasn't like by accident.
Yeah. No, he totally did because he thought he was funny, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, I got it, but I totally tricked it. I was like, I didn't get it yet. Who did you send this to? What person did you send this to? He totally panicked. It was great. He deserved it.
Yeah, that was funny.
So he thinks to this day he sent some random phone picture. of his-
Probably. Yeah.
No, there's been many times going back to the negativity that is Twitter. I've thought of leaving
Don't
Twitter.
send those pictures to anybody.
No, don't.
Nobody
It's
wants to
not.
see that
It's
crap.
not. That picture's hilarious though. A little pickle in a
Venus flytrap.
No, but then I think I could have a positive influence. So then I just tweet out something like, "I like games because they're fun."
I saw
Period.
those. Yeah.
And they got a lot of retweets.
Yeah.
It shows you how desperate people are to grasp for something positive on Twitter because it's all crap.
Yeah, it is.
So
Anyway,
screw 'em.
long story short, I'm pretty positive the new Xbox is going to have an Ethernet port, HDMI ports, and probably a few USBs on the back there. So,
Amen.
You
so
are
I
going,
don't think we need to worry.
you are going to be able to connect your box to the TV. You are going to be able to hear that audio,
yeah.
and you are going to be able to connect to the internet
And your
So-
controller.
So
and your controller
And
with proprietary Wi-Fi.
possibly an external hard drive.
Yes, with
So
possibly
That's the possible part. though.
So as awful as that fake picture was, I'm sure a lot of that stuff will actually be on there. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Los Santos. Do you guys know where that is?
I do.
That's in Grand Theft Auto 5. And guess
I
what?
heard it's expanded.
Grand Theft Auto 5 has come to Game Pass,
Boom.
which is very
it
cool. In
has.
addition, we also got Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet on Game Pass,
Fatal Bullet.
which is pretty freaking awesome.
Dude, Grand Theft Auto Online, they just do it right, man. They're just doing it right. They need to bring whoever's working on Grand Theft Auto Online over to the Red Dead Online because it is not even close the same. Not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah. Speaking of Red Dead Online,
You want to know You want to know what I think the problem is there?
what?
I think the problem there is they're too serious about Red Dead Online, and they don't take themselves serious in Grand Theft
But
Auto
the
at
game
all.
is serious. That's the thing. They're trying to stay true to the game. Grand Theft Auto, because it's in a modern, world, right? And
Sure.
there's just, there's a part in the game when you're on acid or some sort of drug,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
flying
funny.
through
Yeah.
the city, right? Aliens are going on. Like that game is just,
But
it allows itself in the lore to be wacky and zany.
But Red Dead had zombies. The side quests have some zany side quests as well as Grand Theft Auto.
But they still try to anchor themselves in that world a little bit.
yeah.
I think just the very Red or Rockstar, I feel, I'm not speaking for them, but I feel that they try to anchor their games into their lore that they've created. And I think Grand Theft Auto 5 allows for more
I will say
flamboyance.
Yeah, I will say Red Dead 2 is a little more grounded even than the first Red Dead, I think. But
Yeah. And just by the nature of that game, they're trying to stay true to it. Maybe in 3 years when no one's playing it anymore, then they'll come in with crazy Lego cars flying through space and
That'd
doing
be
all
cool.
the
Yeah,
flippy
that'd be cool.
doos.
Yeah.
and-
yeah. Anyways, Grand Theft Auto is on Game Pass.
Game
Go
Pass,
check it
along
out.
with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, which is pretty cool. And then Red Dead Redemption 2 Online has brought out a new patch, which brings a new bonuses for the Moonshiner
Yeah.
pursuit and some
they
new
listened
clothes
to
and
me.
stuff.
They listened to me.
They did?
because you heard what they did. They lowered the price of moonshining.
Ah.
They lowered the price to get in and purchase it.
So
with
what
the
you're
gold
saying
bars.
is after we all bought it,
after everyone bought it. Well, I didn't buy it though. I used my gold that I already had earned.
Sucker, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan's the sucker here. Jordan
they
is the
lowered it
sucker.
and they're giving you more gold for more things. And yeah, it's because that formula doesn't work.
do I
Don't-
get my gold?
don't-
Yeah, I wonder if they're
Don't
gonna,
screw me to get into your new mode. Just give me cool cosmetics. Like that's how you're going to make your money.
Yeah.
Or something. Let me buy properties with the cash, and that's eventually coming. But anyways, they changed it. That was one of the big parts.
Yeah,
because
that's pretty cool for
I
those
think
that did not buy it.
I think
yet.
Moonshine is actually their best trade that they've done.
No, it
because
is fun.
brings in a lot of different aspects of the different trades and kind of combines them into one. However, I don't think a lot of people were playing it because they couldn't unless they ponied up some money. And I think Rockstar clearly. I mean, how many weeks went by? 3 weeks, and then they patched it and lowered everything and gave you more incentives.
Wait a
Like
minute,
you're getting
if we-
bonuses for doing that trade now that you didn't get before.
If we charge money for everything, people won't buy everything.
Well,
That's what I thought.
that's not necessarily true. They're nickel. It almost felt like they were nickel.
That's
and
how I
diming
felt.
us, right?
Yeah, I felt like
I felt screwed.
Normally
now
when
I
I-
feel screwed harder.
Yeah, normally when I get screwed, I get a kiss. They weren't kissing me.
Nope.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Nope. Well, now I just wasted my gold,
Yeah.
which is frustrating. But the game is fun.
You just show me a little love.
Yeah.
They weren't showing me.
Maybe
any.
it'll be like, maybe I'll log in tonight. Remember before when they like kept readjusting gold and then they'd like refund you, you know?
Oh yeah, maybe
They're just
maybe
trying
it'll
to
be fun.
dial it in.
They're
Yeah.
just dialing it in. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Have you
Anyway-
played the Sword Art Online game? By the
No,
way,
I have it installed and ready to go though. It might be the one of 12 games I beat this year.
Is that your New Year's resolution? We'll talk about New Year's resolutions later.
Well, remember we
Oh,
already
are we
talked-
doing New Year's resolution? I hate those.
we already talked about it
Well, we talked
like
about it
2
before,
weeks
but
ago.
We'll review
yeah.
it. We'll review it again.
Yeah, mine was I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. And you already broke that one.
I know, I broke that. I played Tarkov.
Yeah. Last but not least, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is going to be available exactly
Is that
1
how
week.
you pronounce that?
Yeah, Kakarot.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, it was
It's Japanese.
Kakarot.
For mind your
Is it
business.
Japanese?
No, I don't know.
Or is it just a
I
random
think
word
it's
that
like
they chose?
is it like an area? I don't know the Lord.
The Lord?
The Lord.
It's
the
his name.
lore.
It's a name.
It's
his
a name?
Oh, it's Goku's name? Oh, I didn't know that one.
It's Goku's name. See, I'm a noob.
Didn't know that one at all.
Doob. Anyway, Dragon Ball
Kakarot.
Z Kakarot, the new action-adventure game
His
from
Saiyan name.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
Saiyan.
Jordan, you're a weeb. You should know
Saiyan
that.
name.
Jordan just got his weeb card revoked.
I
Wait, is
actually
it
haven't seen
Saiyan
a
or
lot of-
Saiyan?
It's Saiyan. He's a Saiyan.
See, I need to be a weeb.
You've never had a weeb card, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Jordan has had a weeb card for a while, but it just got revoked.
Saiyan.
Yeah. No, I actually haven't watched a ton. I've watched like the first few Dragon Balls.
I bet you there's so many listeners that were just cringing at
Cringing
that whole
right now.
conversation.
I know, they're
I'm
like
sorry.
yelling.
Anyway.
I'm learning.
They're yelling.
Anyway-
Well, so I started with the OG Dragon Ball, and I was like going to Jordan for like, Jordan, what's going on here? Jordan had never watched
the original
first
Dragon
one,
Ball. Yeah.
and so I was like, at some point I was
I
like,
watched Dragon Ball
realized,
Z.
I realized as weebish as Jordan is,
He's got
I-
some blind holes.
I
or
know
blinders.
more about him.
He's got some
Dragon
blind
Ball,
spots.
because
Well,
he
in
didn't
that-
watch.
in
he
that-
didn't watch the origin
In
story
that specific genre, yes.
in the Dragon Ball genre. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Jordan's getting a little defensive.
Yeah, he is. He is.
We're
Yeah.
attacking his blind spots.
You're no
and
longer a weep, man. Jordan's
You're
gonna,
a-
go home and, Jordan's gonna go home and study it up.
Yeah.
man.
You're a wee.
You're just a wee. We took away your ebe.
Have you gotten to the cell fight yet?
Um,
Probably not.
no, not yet.
Interesting.
No, we. Oh, fun.
Oh, hey, yeah, he's
No,
attacking
fun
you
fact.
now.
We started watching it with our daughter. However,
Oh, yeah, good.
However, the old man in the show
Is a total creep.
his
Oh yeah,
trainer,
dude,
like,
he's Master Yoshi.
he like is always trying to stare at girls' underwear and stuff, and so we're like, maybe our 3-year-old shouldn't be watching. This is not okay. If an old man does that to you, you tell daddy, and he will go kill him.
Yeah.
But they just make
But
it like all like happy and fun.
it's
like,
Master-
Master
Yoshi, right? Is it Yoshi or
Roki, Ruki,
Rushi? Yeah, Master. Yeah,
Rushi.
I
Well,
think
we don't know.
I think
Swanson?
Yoshi is.
Swanson. He's a purple-
Samsonite.
Yeah, see, even chat, Ronan has said
Self-fight is the
self-fight
best thing?
equal best. It is a really good fight.
okay.
There's
I'll
a
go watch
father-son moment that brings me to tears during that fight. I hope I can share that with my son one day.
Someday you'll have to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, no, there's really a father-son moment. It's just fantastic.
Okay, cool. Yeah, oh yeah,
Anyway.
Ronan agrees with you in chat. That's funny. Okay,
See, yeah, so father-son.
so
yeah.
Kakarot.
Oh, yeah,
I totally
Kakarot.
Roshi, Master Roshi.
Roshi,
Kakarot.
Yoshi's the
Yoshi.
dinosaur from
The
Mario.
dinosaur. I was
Yeah.
like, Yoshi. No, it's Roshi. I got the R. You got the Oshi.
Yoshi is
Roshi,
very
that's
underappreciated. Do you know how many times I ditched Yoshi to make that jump?
I'm not a fan of Yoshi.
Like King Arthur.
Yes,
King Arthur Yoshi.
because he King Arthur'd that horse.
Yeah.
Yoshi annoys me. I went back because I'm been playing Nintendo Switch at night.
I think he
and I'm
makes
doing
fun
the-
noises.
I'm doing the Super Nintendo, so I'm doing Super Mario World.
Nice. I love that game.
Yeah,
So good.
I hate Yoshi. I feel like I have a better time being full Mario running full speed across the map than being Yoshi.
But he's basically your friend you can ditch to go do stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically yeah.
and he
you
really- he
need
makes-
that person.
He
to-
does. He
to
does make
do-
fun noises.
He does, and he eats everything. That's cool.
Well, and then he can eat things and then poo out
and-
stuff that you could use.
Or throws out like he'll eat it and then spit out
And
rockets. Or
I feel
something.
like Yoshi actually tries really hard. Like, have you ever
I
double
think
jumped with him?
he way harder than Mario.
Because when he double jumps, like he is, you can tell when Yoshi
His
jumps.
little feet
Yeah, and,
are going,
and his
"Ah!"
sound, he's like, yeah.
His feet are dangling.
He's right. Meanwhile, you're just riding him into
And
the
he's like-
ground.
And then you just ditch him.
Yeah.
You're just like, peace out,
I'm
yo.
out. I'm out.
But
That's what I do.
there's a million Yoshis, so who cares? There's only up to 99 Marios.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
Mario's are more important.
That game comes out this week, the Dragon Ball game.
No, next week. Well, this week. But,
This
it
next
comes
week.
out
17th.
a week from today.
17th. It looks cool. Character progression trailer dropped
Yeah.
this week. Looks amazing.
So check this out.
Yo.
Well, you already said everything, so we're pretty much good to go. So, but you should see. There's cooking.
There's cooking. There's fishing.
You can go home to Chi Chi.
Yeah, and she.
What
What are we talking about?
Okay, so
The
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
The RPG.
Oh.
It's the adventure action with RPG elements is dropping this week.
Yeah.
Open world.
They showed a new character progression trailer, which shows.
Oh, I should have been having this
the
up, huh?
eating, which is really cool.
You
So
know
it's going to
what?
be similar to.
I'm still gonna throw this up now.
It's going to be similar
Give me that
to Monster Hunter, where you eat food and get stats. I believe if you pre-order the game, you get a ingredient that gives you permanent stats,
Dude,
which is
it
really
looks
cool.
cool.
So we should pre-order. I dig the art style.
There's
I'm gonna fly
community
around.
stats that are basically passives.
It's going to be. I think it's going
This
to be a
looks
good time.
badass.
It
Yeah, it
looks
does.
so cool. Spicy, we're getting this game. FYI.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we're
This
going to
week.
pre-order it so we can get that food item. So, by the way, I think the cooking in this game is actually better than Monster Hunter because you should see the piece of meat.
Oh, you should see his meal. In fact, it'll show it at the end of this trailer.
I'll tell
It shows
you,
it.
if my wife cooked
It's
like
a
Chi-Chi,
big thing of rice. Oh, and Spicy will really appreciate it. It's rice and chicken on top. Oof, it's beautiful.
It sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm a
So-
sucker for both rice and chicken.
and Chi Chi.
So very. So
And I'm a sucker for Chi-Chi's.
Yeah, watch
you're
here
right.
it is. What they're gonna show, like there's just like normal
They're
stuff.
gonna show this piece of
then
meat.
then you can go home and cook. Anyways, it's full blown
I'm a sucker for
open.
Chi-Chi's.
Well, look at the open world in this. Like, look, he's got to go and get food.
Look at that meat.
Sit around a
That is a
campfire.
big steak.
Yeah. Wait, here we go. Make a dish for me.
Is that Chi-Chi? Was
no,
that
no,
Chi-Chi?
no, that's not Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's got black hair.
Watch the meal that this guy eats.
Yeah.
Though it's insane.
So that's Chi-Chi.
Oh.
The
Watch
trailer's
the
like,
meal.
just go home, and
There we go. Full course meal. Watch this thing. This is.
She gets all. Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that thing. Oh my goodness.
And look at him go.
Look at him go.
Look at him go. Look at him.
Look at the stat boost. Oh yeah. That is true. That's how Goku eats, though. That's just true to
Yeah.
the.
Do you see
to
how
the
fast
lore.
he eats with those chopsticks?
That's how he's always hungry, and he's
Yeah.
always eating like that.
That's because he burns a lot of calories.
Oh, dude. Anyways, I'm excited to play this game. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It comes out next Friday, the 17th.
Has there been any like pre-reviews or anything of this yet? I hope it's good.
I usually don't listen to reviews. I like to just
Okay.
play for myself.
Well, regardless.
But, I'm very excited. We're gonna get it.
Regardless, we're getting it.
It's gonna
Wait.
be a fun one.
When does this come out?
Next Friday, the 17th.
The 17th, yeah.
Okay, I got a plan for it. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, very,
That looks very.
cool.
That looks like a badass
That looks
game.
cool.
This is
Well,
the
the
dragon.
fighting, the flying. Oh, just give me more.
Give me more.
Give me more.
He's got a D medal.
Yeah, sucker.
Fantastic.
So anyway, that's what I got for you.
Next, oh, there you go. That brings us to the last segment of our show.
Give me a sec. I'm doing other things. There we go.
This
Doing
is-
other things.
This is the portion of the show where we take your questions. To submit a question, you can do so each and every single week over on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming or x1bros.com/support. Our first question of 2020 is by Joel Van Ebert. He says,
Oh.
Bros, could you give New Year's resolutions to each other? Thanks. One love, Super Shark.
Cool.
I just have my gaming resolution is to finish games I start, particularly single player games.
Yep.
How long will that last? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Which is why I've not yet played a single player game. I'm only playing multiplayer games right now, so that I don't
you
have
do
to
it.
do
Yeah,
that.
so you do it.
But the one that I never finished all the way through. I'm really close, is Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
And that you can choose the end. You can choose the ending, and the ending's.
So
That's-
you want to know
that's
where
a
I got
good game.
sidetracked?
That's a good
What I
game.
got sidetracked and I just loved is the Hollywood side missions with Trevor, with
Yeah.
the old couple.
Yeah, well,
and
they're funny.
and that derailed me. And
Well,
that's
did
where
you
that's where I
finish? Did you
stopped.
finish that whole train of
I
events?
think I had like one thing left. I think I was on like the last one when I stopped.
They are that couple.
See, I think I should start over because although I do remember how good of a story that is, because I remember that story. So I should just take up where I left off. But Grand Theft Auto, The Witcher 3's on that list.
Oh,
as well.
and it's on Game Pass now too.
That's one that I need.
It's
to,
on Game Pass, but you don't get the like the game of the year or not.
We
The
have
expansion
the
passes.
I have
The
we have the
expansion passes,
DLCs
yeah.
anyway. So,
We're good.
but those two games are on my list as games, single player
Witcher's
games
good,
that I got to
guys.
beat. Yeah.
Witcher's good.
How about you, Jordan?
I'm gonna try and beat one game a month.
Oh, that's
So-
12 games this year.
So this year I will at least beat 12 games.
Like
right?
AAA or just.
Well,
like
it just
hard
depends.
games?
Like if I have a slow month, I might bring up Qbot or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna hold myself to AAA. No, so this month there's a couple games I'm playing. I'll probably beat the campaign of Battlefield 5 this month, right? So that'll count for January. Next month will actually February will probably be Dragon Ball Z because we got that coming out here in January. and it'll probably take me a while.
That one looks
But,
like it's going to be a long game.
I think they said, I heard the hour count. Was it 40?
Yeah, I don't remember
Or something like that. I felt like I heard the hour count, but anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, so yeah, at least one game a month. I actually am doing a little retro gaming. I am currently playing Final Fantasy X,
Oh,
the good one.
oh,
I'm gonna say it.
not 10.2.
10-2 sucks.
10.2 blows.
Yeah,
Don't play it.
it blows.
So your first one for this month for the year is going to be Dragon Ball Z.
Well, first, I mean that'll probably be the AAA title. I'm halfway through the story mode in Battlefield 5, and it's actually really good. So that'll probably be my January game that I beat. But no, I just want to try and beat one game a month, so at least 12 games a year.
Wow.
And I'm probably not going to do like some cheapo game, like
no,
Cubot.
don't fake it.
But
Don't
I mean,
fake it.
I feel like Battlefield 5 counts.
Hey,
'cause
can we
it's got a story mode.
call you out
I might,
if you fake it?
Yeah, I might go out and
call you
do. I might go out and do like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I haven't played that one yet. So that'll probably
That's a cop out.
that's like a full AAA title.
It's linear. It's like 20. It's maybe 20 hours. No,
Yeah,
you've got to go.
That's a cop out.
You've got to go 50
What are you
plus.
talking about?
50 plus
That's
hour.
like that is
No.
the definition of an adventure game.
It's
Like,
gotta-
that is what
each game has got to be at least as long.
has to be.
It's got to be
300-hour
yeah,
campaign.
It's got to be at least as long as The Witcher. It's the only games
no,
that
The
matter.
Witcher. That's a long
You
game.
can do that every month.
No, so I'm excited. I've actually, funny enough, so I
Have you
been
mapped
playing-
it out then? You've mapped out like, okay, this game
Well,
releases.
so
then?
I have a list of. So I bought a planner.
Oh,
I live
You
in-
bought a
No,
planner?
yeah,
just for this.
No.
Dude, this is next level.
Well, no, so
You
Yeah.
bought a Franklin
Leather?
planner.
Did you get
With
leather?
the leather? It's got
No.
that little.
no,
Panda.
because we're doing.
Folds open.
There's a calculator
It's the full-
inside.
it's the full size.
So no, at my house.
Note page.
So
It's got the monthly and the weekly.
It's got those tabs that are all different colors.
no, so
Remember
at
Franklin planners?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
good. Man.
yeah.
Yeah, are they still around, or
yeah.
now that we have phones, or is
Oh
that
yeah, no,
obsolete?
no. Everyone.
I prefer the
everyone
physical.
uses them.
Everyone uses them. Oh,
Tons
then
of
where am
people.
I? I got to get
Yeah,
my
you gotta get
Franklin
rid of
planner.
Franklin planner. Yeah.
No, so I got a planner for New Year's, right? I bought myself a nice good planner, and because we had we're doing streaming, so I have my streaming days on there with
Oh,
time,
I like
right?
that, I like
My
that.
wife and I are doing different things, so I have like all our dinners for the
Oh, I like
week
it, I
because
like
we
it,
plan
okay.
out the whole month now. 'cause
Wow.
I'm trying to be right.
Good job.
And then of course I have my like I have Call of Duty. I need to play Call of Duty each day to reach a certain level, which I got to that, right? So I have that on the planner. I exit out, right? So I'm very organized this year.
This.
So and then next to my planner, I have a list of games that I want to beat. Battlefield 5 is one of them. Final Fantasy X is on there.
Jordan,
Of course, Cyberpunk and Kakarot are on there as well, right? Games that are coming
This
out.
needs
So
this needs to be a YouTube video that you make, like how to properly schedule game time.
And you have to do it in like that crappy like education format.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
like-
chalkport or
PowerPoint.
whatever.
Should I
Yeah.
use PowerPoint?
PowerPoint and
Yeah,
have
we all-
really bad audio.
I'll have to go buy myself a clicker.
and it'll be we'll
the-
just do it with like our phone camera in a classroom somewhere.
That would be awesome.
Because this is next level, man. You are blowing my mind right
No,
now.
it's pretty cool. It keeps you organized. So I look at and I'm like, okay, what have I
Can
done?
you bring it next week
I
so
haven't.
that we can go through it?
Yeah, so I was like, I haven't reached level 10 in Call of Duty on the Battle Pass today. I got to do that, right? So I do that.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we go to Spicy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your
What are you
life?
doing with your New Year's resolution for
So
Gaming Year?
I remembered what I said, and it was I hate resolutions, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to be better,
I like that.
be good at games.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm trying to
I can
improve
appreciate that.
myself, right? So, and I think I actually succeeded with that because I've been playing a lot of Tarkov,
Oh, yeah.
right? And everybody, you should see my spreadsheets I made.
It is
They're
amazing.
I have several tabs on Excel that I
is amazing.
access at any point in time. Actually,
Everything.
I'll see if I can show it after the show at our post show.
There we go.
Live. I'll see if we can pull it up and show you guys.
So-
because it is intense.
So look at out of the three of us. Like it totally shows the true gamer in this group is clearly Jordan, who's got like a game a month. I've got it mapped out. My battle pass is what I've got to do. I've got a daily planner for it. We've got it scheduled out every single day. And my goal is I just want to not quit the games I'm playing. And Spicy's is I just want to improve.
I think that's good.
No,
Like, we're just
they're
so
all good.
generic.
They're all good.
Jordan is like boom, boom, boom. Gamer lifestyle, baby. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Great question. Thank you very much, Super Shark. Next question comes from Garbage Grove. Garbage Grove writes in and says, Hey, Brosivs, I got a question for you. Obviously, this is an Xbox podcast, and you guys mostly play Xbox, but have any of you ever thought of doing another podcast just about video games in general? I'm aware of and love Gamer Daily News, but I think it would be awesome to hear a weekly feature-length one from you guys in the same vein as Gamer Daily News. Thanks, and I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Thank you very much, Garbage Grove. So first of all, for those of you that don't know, there's another podcast, Gamer Daily News. It's gaming news every single day in under 10 minutes. So go check that out, Gamer Daily News. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever your current podcasts are. But as far as a generic overall gaming podcast, we've not really discussed that. Eventually, we'd like to do more podcasts. Mm-hmm. Once we get to studio level, those podcasts do become an option. It's a lot of work to do a podcast properly and well. So we did have an NES Bros podcast. That was Nintendo Switch. The problem came in, since we're not doing this full time, we didn't have time to play the amount of games required.
Well, what's funny, okay, really, when we were doing that show, the first 3 months, nothing came out on the Switch.
No, it was, what'd you play this week? Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild,
Breath
once
of the
again,
Wild.
that's what I enjoy.
Breath of the Wild. And we just realized those shows will come when we're able to do this full time.
And we didn't have time.
Our generic, what you could call generic gaming podcast, would be our bonus episode that we do every month on Patreon. For our Patreon subscribers,
we talk about whatever.
That's whatever,
everything.
and that is actually probably, if we were ever to do the next first up next podcast, it would probably be that version, where
That's
it's
true.
just because
Those
that
are
one
honestly
is so fun.
Those are my favorite. There's no preparation. We just sit down and shoot it.
And
I
I think it's actually some of our best stuff as a result.
I know, we have some funny conversations.
It's really good. But great question, Garbage Grove. That's the goal, 2020. I actually think 2020 is going to be a big year for us, and it's going to happen, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for writing in. Dead Captain James writes in and says, "Hey, bros, I got a topic for you. Would you like to see Gears and Halo split into two teams and be two separate games?" He says, "So, for example, the multiplayer portions of both games become their own standalone games and become free to play and have them get updated regularly like Fortnite, while the single-player games get a traditional 3 or 4 year dev cycle and full attention from a separate team. This would allow them to be bigger and better on single-player sides of Gears and Halo. What do you guys think of this idea?" Spicy.
That's a fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Basically, take your
fascinating
franchise and make multiplayer permanent and ongoing.
In a way, that's kind of what Blizzard is doing with Overwatch. They are just a multiplayer game, or they were.
And now they're bringing in a single player component.
They're bringing a single player and a PvE component into that.
Yeah.
Right? So with their Overwatch 2, but it's not Overwatch 2. It's just like a DLC, in my opinion. But that's an interesting concept to do it that way.
Well, so there'll never be a release of a new, if you were to do it this way, a new Gears 5, for instance.
Yeah.
Gears would just be Gears multiplayer, and it'd probably have like a battle pass or something, and would constantly update season to season.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
only concern I have, which I think that concern is starting to get negated a little bit with how Microsoft is starting to nudge the market towards a never-ending, console cycle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But in the traditional sense, the concern I have with that is hardware gets older and your game gets more and more limited as time goes on, right? But I mean, think of remember Destiny 1, how they could not have enough just because of how the game was coded and the limitations of the Xbox 360. Was it these 360?
360 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah, the PlayStation 3, because it was on those games, but they would not make changes to the game, and they could not vault space, for example. They could only allow a certain amount of vault space on the old consoles, so it was affecting the newer generation that they couldn't do that, right? So that's in the traditional sense. I see that holding games back. But I think games are now starting to be developed with a longer cycle, and that in the minds of developers that all we're going to do is all they're doing
This is the foundation that we'll build upon for the future.
Yeah, all they're doing is just lowering graphics and building that game specific to like a PC setup where there's going to be people that have crappy PCs, mid-tier PCs, and just balls out PCs, right? And that's basically how the Xbox is going to be run, and I think that's this idea may. Maybe we're looking into the future. Yeah,
maybe Halo Infinite.
That's an interesting concept. I think that may be what happens.
I mean, it kind of already does in the respect that you clearly have teams within your game, maintaining and updating. But this is taking that and completely separating them.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite is an example of just pure success
Do you run into the
in
issue?
both of them.
I think it's a very interesting idea
because they have the single player game mode and the multiplayer game mode, right? And it obviously.
Do you
blew up.
run into the issue where, let's take Fortnite, for example, is not as many people are playing the single-player mode or have touched that mode compared to the amount of people that play the Battle Royale mode?
Absolutely. Right? And that's honestly what I see about like a Call of Duty. I stopped playing the campaigns.
Yeah.
I just started,
So, for example, theoretically, you're seeing... So, if that's the case with Fortnite, not very many people are playing the Save the World mode. Most people are playing the
correct
free to play or the Battle Royale mode. If you separate your games into single player, multiplayer, you'll probably lose sales on your single player portion, right?
correct. But I mean,
what does Fortnite care?
Fortnite brings in
but,
400 million a month.
But that's Fortnite, right? We're talking about games.
But we can learn. Apex is learning from Fortnite.
Yeah.
All these games are learning. We have battle passes now.
Yeah.
Fortnite brought about battle passes.
Yeah.
In a way that makes money.
Yeah.
Right. So I think going forward, that Dead Captain James, that's fascinating. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's
And
interesting.
You're still going to have your traditional full-fledged campaign, so don't worry about that, like
No,
single-player stuff, right?
Yeah.
But games that have both, I think that may be starting to be a thing. Because, look at Rainbow Six, even though that's just multiplayer, that game has been updated and updated and catered to.
That game is really good. I mean, just the way that they supported it, and that's perpetual multiplayer. Let's just say that's the term, perpetual multiplayer, right? Ongoing multiplayer, like a Fortnite or an Apex or whatnot. That's what Rainbow Six Siege is. And a lot of people want a single player campaign. You can still do that.
Yeah, like Overwatch.
Yeah, as a separate thing.
Games are now, their longevity of games are lasting longer and longer and longer because of battle passes and all that stuff. That's interesting. I actually, Dead Captain James, I'm with you. I think that may be what happens.
Yeah.
That whole...
Anything to add, take away, Jordan?
No, I was just...
That's fascinating.
Dead Captain James, thank you very much. Great question. Black Knight writes in and says, I know it's early, but what are your E3 predictions, and what's your plan if you're going to E3?
Predictions?
So we talked about our plan earlier. We will be there. We're going to be there all week. We're doing a meetup bowling again.
Probably
It's a
bowling.
blast.
That was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. So come join us the Saturday before the Microsoft conference. It's going to be a blast. As far as E3 predictions, I don't know, but
It's probably going to be a lot of games.
yeah,
We'll probably get some gameplay of Halo Infinite,
Some new
actual gameplay.
some new IPs, a bit of kills.
New console.
More information on the new console.
Yeah.
There was an interesting tweet today by Ryan McCaffrey over at IGN, and he said that something to the extent, and I'm probably butchering this, so forgive me, Ryan McCaffrey, if you're listening to this. But he said something to the extent of Microsoft has $1 trillion.
1 trillion? Holy shnikes.
Yeah, $1.1 trillion, right? Something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they said that is enough. He said that is enough for them because they're still in the market. He's alluding that they're still in the market looking for game developers. That's enough for them to buy
Everybody.
The world.
I think
Well,
that's what the world is
the
going
two people
for,
he
yeah.
put up was Take-Two,
Okay.
which would be giant. What does
That
Take-Two
would
give you?
be
WWE,
hilarious. Do you know why that?
Rockstar.
Do you know why that would be
Why?
funny? Because what's his face just made that comment to Microsoft about Microsoft's console a couple weeks ago.
Who said that?
The CEO of Borderlands. What's the guy that I actually like him?
The magic trick guy.
Yeah, the magic trick guy. Wow, what was his name?
yeah.
Pitchford, Randy
Oh,
Pitchford.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Microsoft's like, "What did you say?
Okay,
We're buying you."
buy him. But don't give him any cut.
Because Take-Two is the publisher of Borderlands, correct?
Yeah.
Gearbox develops it. Take-Two publishes
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah. But also, I mean, that gives them Rockstar, the whole shot. Can you imagine that? And then the other one was whoever the parent company of Bethesda is, which gives you Bethesda, id Software, gives that whole thing. And that's
Does
and he
Bethesda
said
have
that's
a
kind
parent
of
company?
that's kind of the market.
Well, there's Bethesda Studios, but then there's Bethesda.
I thought there was Bethesda, who then owns
I'll tell
id,
you.
or not owns, but
Yeah.
But anyways, if they're clearly looking and they make a move for that and then announce something like that, wow. People in comments were saying like, why don't they just save their $1 trillion and spend it? ZeniMax Media. No, it's not ZeniMax Media.
No, Bethesda owns ZeniMax.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
I
who
think
it
it's
was.
Bethesda.
Oh, is it Bethesda?
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
There it is. No, it's ZeniMax.
Oh yeah, became
It
a
is-
subsidiary of ZeniMax.
It is ZeniMax, yeah. So Microsoft has a $1.2 trillion market cap. They could easily afford, if they're willing to sell, ZeniMax, valued at $2.5 billion in 2016, and or Take-Two, was a $14 billion market cap. Take-Two, could you imagine?
And they'd still have a lot of change left over.
yeah. And ZeniMax, now this is all
Throw Nintendo in.
Trillion is how many zeros?
This is all hypothetical, but here's what Ryan McCaffrey says. He says ZeniMax would give them Todd Howard, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield, id Software, Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein, Machine Games, etc.
In addition to ESO and all that.
Yeah, Bethesda happens to make exactly the kind of games Microsoft needs, needle-moving, top-tier single-player games. Take-Two, meanwhile, would mean Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, NBA 2K, WWE 2K, both huge sellers every day or every year. Can you imagine that kind of move? That's completely
What if
hypothetical.
Microsoft bought Sony?
Well, that's what's actually that's what someone said in.
You know what? Buy them.
Someone said in chat, I think they should just make the big move and go get Sony Studios, Sony
Nintendo.
Interactive Software.
Yeah, or Nintendo.
Guys, you want to know what I've been doing over break though? Reading Console Wars. Read it. It is so good. Actually, I'm listening to it. Actually, while I
A
walk.
book called Console Wars.
Console Wars.
Okay.
First of all, the narrator is super good. Number two, the way they tell the story. So this is the history of how we got to where we are today in the gaming space, and they tell it through not just like in 1995. Blah, blah. No, it's through like first-person story of the people that were there. It is so good. But the way that Sega and Nintendo went after each other, and how Sony got. I knew how Sony got into the space in the first place, but I did not know the extent that Nintendo.
They were a mistress that was shunned. Like they were.
Nintendo purposefully, publicly humiliated
Yeah.
Sony,
Hell hath no wrath, as a woman scorned.
and so
In
Sony.
this case, a game to an
and
electronics.
So there was a
company.
guy, and I forget his name. He's like from the Netherlands or somewhere like that, and he was over the software side of Sony, which Sony wanted to get into because that's where all the money is, right, in software. And actually, this has opened my eyes. Seeing this is opening my eyes up to Xbox's strategy because they say over and over again. Sega says it, Nintendo says it, PlayStation says, everybody says it. Software is the money. Hardware, you don't make any money. It's all about software.
Yeah.
Anyways, but so they were at CES, and at the time, gaming was not gaming, right? So they're in a tent outside, but Nintendo just owns it. Nintendo, it was like a $4 billion market, and Nintendo owed 90% of it. Like it was just no competition. And so Sony, they had partnered with Sony. The deal, the
Yeah, 'cause they
handshake
wanted
was
to make
done
the disc,
to do the
right?
disc
Yeah.
CD, the new technology that Sony owned. Blah blah blah. The guy, I forget his name. I apologize. He is over the software division that's going to be doing this for Sony. It's his baby. He's sitting in the front row. He makes the announcement in the morning at CES that they're partnering with Nintendo. He's in the front row of the Nintendo keynote address, and the head of Nintendo gets up and announces to the world that they're going to be doing CDs. They're very excited, so he's getting ready to get up. Yes, this is our big news with Philips. Purposefully humiliates the guy because they thought Sony was getting too cocky, and Nintendo controlled everything. Nintendo was Apple. Like from start to finish, they controlled everything. If you were a developer with Nintendo, you had to get permission from Nintendo to make what they had to approve any game you made.
Yeah.
You were signed to an exclusive contract with Nintendo. You could only make games for Nintendo and only 5 games for Nintendo. And
They've actually only recently changed.
and
that.
you would spend hundreds of, if you're in a developer, so you would spend 100 hours developing this game, submit it to Nintendo. Nintendo would say, nope, and you're screwed. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You've lost it. Nintendo ruled with an iron fist. But publicly humiliated.
Power.
So that guy goes back and he says, okay, well, I'm going to team up with Sega then. And it fit right into the strategy with Sega. But in the meetings with Sega, they both had a mutual hatred for Nintendo. And he says, hey, just so you know, I think at some future point, Sega, we're going to partner up, but I think Sony's getting into the game. And they purposely went at, because of the public humiliation. And Sony didn't want to get in. All the higher ups at Sony were like, no, we don't want hardware. Why are we getting into hardware? And he sold them on it. And he was driven because of the public humiliation. It's Console Wars. I'm 11 hours in, and there's still 10 hours left in the book.
Yeah. Well, and then the PlayStation came out, and it had Final Fantasy VII on it, which blew up. Right.
It's
Well, I
and then
mean,
and then you had the
insane.
PlayStation 2, which is
when you're publicly humiliated, you go after people. I mean, look at Game of Thrones. You know, like there's some pretty hardcore stuff. When you get pissed off and there's
yeah.
and you have a vendetta,
it motivates you.
you get motivated.
motivated.
Yeah.
But
then
even,
you have the PlayStation 2, which just
But even the way,
dominated.
so even that illustrates, it illustrates too, guys, I highly recommend it, Console Wars, it's really good. But it illustrated to me too, for instance, Sega would have never existed without Sonic. Sega was basically dead in the water. Sonic
The
built
Hedgehog.
them. And same with Xbox. Xbox would not exist if it was not for Halo, right? Yeah, you need, it really is. Nintendo came up with the saying, the name of the game is the game. Like, that's it. And that's true. I mean, when you look at Nintendo today, do they have the highest graphics, the most power, etc.? No. The name of the game is the game. They have the games, right? Like, and that's
And-
what's the knock on Xbox versus PlayStation? This generation, PlayStation has the games. Microsoft, they have the service, they have the features. They don't have the games, right? The name of the game is the game. Nintendo, 1990.
Fascinating.
Listen, anyways, read the book, guys. It will blow your mind. We'll have like long discussions on it. Sorry, that's a super huge.
Yeah, no,
huge
it's good.
Side,
That's good.
What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about our E3 predictions.
Oh, E3
Oh,
predictions.
So maybe something like that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someone will
Maybe some developer is going to get some hardware developers.
publicly
is gonna just
humiliate
get- It's Razer.
Google Stadia.
Razer's gonna just get right on stage.
And then be
Just
like, you know what?
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna pants him right in front of everybody, and he didn't wear his wash
You know what?
pants.
We're making our own system.
You know what? Screw you guys.
It also illustrates, though, that even though it's a super hard industry to get into and break into, it can be done. And look at what can become. So that's why you can never count out like a Google Stadia. But Google Stadia needs a game. That's it. Anyways, great question. Thank you very much, Black Knight. Sorry we got sidetracked there. Next question comes from Big Goose.
All right.
Big Goose says,
Untitled Goose.
"Hey bros, it's 2020. There's a lot coming into the world of Xbox, Cyberpunk, and the console. To name a few, maybe a new COD. What are your thoughts on them maybe waiting a year and letting the Battle Pass play out? What are you guys looking forward to the most for this next year? I think the new console is easily it. But do you think Call of Duty is going to wait and let the Battle Pass play out?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
That's not their style.
I mean, when you make how many $1 million a pop per
no matter
year,
what you
yeah.
put out. It's like Star Wars. Call of
Just
Duty
the-
is the new Star Wars.
And not to mention people are still playing Black Ops 3 right now, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, Modern Warfare can still have the Battle Pass, and they're just double dipping.
Yeah, I agree. And then then they'll have a Battle Pass on the new Black
Now,
Ops game.
actually, I do think it would do the Call of Duty good to take a year off, because I think when you take a year off, you build hype, right? Like with Forza,
Yeah.
you know. I don't think it's bad to take a year off, but
No.
I mean the way Call
Well,
of
not
Duty.
only that, a better example I think is Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, right? I'm
Year
really
off,
excited
get
for
it
the next
together.
one.
Odyssey comes out and rocks it.
Because the last Assassin's Creed, which basically wasn't Assassin's Creed, was one of the greatest Assassin's Creeds I've played.
Yeah, it was really
I
good.
mean, it was just
You know
checked.
what? I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, it's cool. Everybody loves me. They're like, that guy just killed him. Ah, whatever.
Yeah.
Look at him. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, it wasn't an Assassin's Creed game, but it was an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, it was just,
It's just like, you know what? I'm just a badass. I can do whatever I want.
it was hilarious.
And everyone's like, ooh,
the
that guy's
achievements
cool.
were great.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyway, so
What a good game.
yeah, I think the way Call of Duty is set up is they have the 3 studios, and they're each on a 3-year cycle, right? They have Sledgehammer, Infinity, and Treyarch,
Yeah.
and they're on 3-year cycles, right? So I mean, I don't think they'll take a year off because of how they're structured. But I mean, anytime you take a year off, you build hype, right?
Yeah, you know what this is a kind of different. I've been seeing a lot of Battlefield 4 clips lately, highlights.
5?
No,
Or
4.
4?
Yeah. And actually,
It's a good one.
that makes me want to play Battlefield 4 because I think Battlefield needs to come back into modern time.
No, I do too, and I hope the next Battlefield, which we now know is going to be released in 2020.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Probably October, November, end of the year. I actually personally hope that they don't mess things up this time, and that it's Bad
Because
Company 3.
Battlefield 5 is so much fun, but when I'm watching
Bad
these,
Company 3 would be great.
that would be cool.
It'd bring you back to the modern time
Yeah.
period. You'd have the name of Bad Company. You'd have a solid hilarious campaign.
Well, because it's been
Well,
nice
good
being in
multiplayer.
World War One, World War Two, these last
Mm-hmm.
ones. But when you watch Battlefield 4, even though that was a launch game for the Xbox, like that was a launch title for this new generation. And when I watch those, it's like, oh yeah, I want to play that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's back modern, would be fun. Sorry, Spicy, you were gonna say something?
I forgot what I was going to say, but I actually really like the World War II style as well. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, before
Well,
that,
no, I like it too, but it's
Before
just
that came
refreshing.
out, it was just everything was modern, right?
Well, everything was
true.
futuristic.
So,
Remember, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
That is
Everything was
true.
in the future.
Yeah, that is true.
Even in the future, nothing works. You know,
So no, I
out
think
of order.
right now I really like Battlefield. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I think DICE needs to find themselves over
Yeah.
this next year. I also think they need to get the guy that's in charge of Battlefront because I think he's making good decisions.
Well, yeah, that game has just spiked.
And maybe
just
shift his office across the hallway.
Battlefront has just spiked recently. Everybody's playing it. That game is beautiful.
Well,
That
it's
game
because
is
they've
beautiful.
completely reworked it. They stuck with it. They did a good job.
From
Battle-
EA. There
Battle-
you go. EA.
Yeah,
You have faith in
Battle-
EA. Anthem. For those of you doubting Anthem,
Well, it actually
this
was,
could be an example
this
of
is
what
actually,
Anthem does.
This is actually what's super fascinating. So, this week or last week, they announced that Dice LA is actually no longer going to be Dice LA. It's going to be a division of EA, and Vince Zampelli is going to be the head over it.
Okay.
And he's from
Oh,
Titanfall.
that's
or
right.
From Respawn, right?
Which is smart.
I forget what they're going to call it. It's not.
like
It's,
that move,
it's not.
Spicy?
It's not Dice LA.
Very,
It's-
he's very.
yeah,
good.
it's not Dice LA anymore. It's going to be its own. I forget what they call it, but it's EA still. But they're going to be working on their new things. What's interesting about that is Dice LA was actually a huge part of making Battlefield 4 work. Because if you remember, Battlefield 4 launched, and it was, let's be honest, it was just
well,
bad.
you couldn't even play.
I mean, you shot
Yeah,
a
you
tree
couldn't play
and
anything.
headshotted that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was really, really bad, right? Dice LA was a huge help with fixing all
Okay.
of that. And now Battlefield 4, I think Battlefield 4 is a perfected Battlefield 3. And I think Battlefield 4 is one of the best in the series as it stands now.
Today.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the even better thing. Vince Zampelli overseeing this and bringing us a Bad Company 3.
Well, it's not Dice anymore, though.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that will come out of whatever that new iteration of the studio
I don't know.
is.
Yeah, I don't know if Dice would let him oversee, right? Because Battlefield's their baby, right? You know.
Yeah, but EA is their overlord.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting. So with Dice,
Prima nupta.
with Dice, I believe they're in.
That's exactly.
I believe-
Vince Zampelli gets
gonna
gets
initiate
one.
prima nocta?
He gets to take his rights.
I believe
deflower the company.
because Dice LA, yeah.
He's totally gonna deflower on their
Well,
wedding night. The
because
company.
gets-
because Dice LA was just like a subsidiary of Dice, right? So I believe Dice is in Stockholm, right? Sweden. I know they're in Sweden. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how Dice not having that extra help. I mean, they probably still do have the help from different studios. That's how a lot of these studios work, right?
Now that Vince
all
is
under
a
one,
badass.
yeah, because they're all under one umbrella. But it's going to be super interesting to see how Dice handles not having Dice LA as like a crutch anymore,
Yeah.
right? Because recently, I think Dice has made a lot of not good decisions.
Yeah.
Well, because what they do, they kill me, man. They're like, you know what? This year we're gonna be great. We're gonna have awesome stuff. We're gonna release new patches. We're gonna come out with new weapons that are awesome. We're gonna come out with the Pacific War, and then we're gonna bend you over 2 weeks after that and come out with one of the worst patches ever. And then 2
we'll
weeks after
change
that,
it back. We'll revert it all.
Well, they didn't revert it all. They reverted some of it, and they didn't even revert it. They just dialed it back, right? I mean, it's their game, and if they want it to play a certain way, they can. But I don't think it was necessary. And the problem is the game.
Hey,
is
when
fun,
we're
right?
really rich and we like own a gaming studio, let's just do that. Just to mess with people.
deflower a company.
No. Let's just come in and say these are the patches we want to do. Launch them next week, and then wait
Just
a
see
couple
their
days,
faces?
and then wait a couple days and be like, you know that patch? Take it back, roll it back. Just for fun. So instead of announcing events, that's what it'll be: patches.
it's a really interesting time for DICE and EA because as I thought, and this is just me, I thought the new studio that Zampelli is over is actually making their own new IP. Now I may have read that wrong
No,
or been wrong about
I think
that.
I did read that. I think you're
but
correct.
I thought they
Yeah.
were making a new, different game,
Yeah,
right?
I think you're correct on that.
So that's why we do know there's a new Battlefield coming in 2021, probably end of the year. Personally, I would like to see it come back to modern combat, and I think Battlefield Bad Company 3 would be a good place because you'd get the hype of Bad Company because it's one of the fan favorites, right? And you're coming back to Modern Warfare, which is super fun. But I really do think DICE needs to go on a spiritual journey this year and find themselves.
Go on a walkabout.
Go on now, yeah.
Go up into the mountains.
We can host a retreat. Come to us. Come to Utah. The X1 Bros will host a retreat.
We'll charge a huge consultation fee.
We'll
right?
help.
Let me tell
we'll
you what
help
to do,
you.
Dice.
We'll help you recenter yourself.
It's actually incredibly simple. Everything that your community is used to, don't change it.
all the things they like.
Yeah.
Keep those things. All the things they don't like, change those things.
Yeah, don't change everything.
Oh,
and by the way,
think they
just-
should like something that they end up not liking, it's not because they're stupid.
yeah.
Don't tell them that.
Don't
You know-
tell them they're stupid.
This
Yeah,
this
and especially
can,
don't tell them not to buy your stuff.
Yeah. This can be #everyone's battlefield if you do it properly.
Yes.
Not
Come to
#
Utah.
everyone's
we can
battlefield
do some skiing.
only for
we
7
can do
people.
some snowboarding. We'll get a a little ski
We'll get a massage.
chateau.
We'll schedule a massage.
Get a ski chateau.
Pedicure? Can we
we'll
get
have
a pedicure?
a hot tub out in the snow. Recenter yourselves, and we'll just talk.
We'll
kids.
watch John Wick.
We'll watch John Wick.
We'll watch
That's what
John
we
Wick.
do to recenter
Maybe
ourselves.
Rocky IV if we have time.
Perhaps.
You
Well,
know?
the thing is
Perhaps.
because
Little
Battlefield,
sauna action going.
it almost feels like Battlefield is having an identity crisis. Because when they came out, they were all about this is going to be a hardcore game of attrition, right? Like we have those attrition elements. You lose ammo, your health matters. You got to manually heal. Blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then you come out with this latest patch, which basically is like, oh yeah, here's a ton of ammo, and by the way, you just look left and there's the entire screen of enemies, right? Because they're all spotted, right? I mean, I don't know what they want Battlefield to be. Do they want it to be a hardcore game? I think that's what they should go for. Or do they want it to be like a super more casual game?
Yeah.
And then randomly you have, which I mean, it sparks a debate. It does, people think differently. Randomly you have really weird cosmetics that don't fit within that time period. So
Like
I just,
Go-Go Gadget hook arm.
yeah, which I think they took out
Oh,
actually.
okay,
But it just yeah, it doesn't. And I was one of the ones that actually liked that first trailer because I thought we were going to the future. I thought it was going to be Battlefield 2054 again, right? I was like,
Regardless,
where are we going? Yeah, but-
regardless, it's a super fun game.
no, it really is. I really
love
do
the
think they
Pacific
need.
Theater.
I really do think they need to find themselves
Yeah, so come to Utah, guys.
and maybe go over to maybe go across the hall.
Nude sauna action as a group.
Maybe go
Nothing
across.
centers yourself better
Yeah.
than that. It's what we do before every show.
Maybe go across
Wait,
the
what did
hall
you
and
say?
say.
Nude sauna action as a group.
Nude sauna.
Oh yeah, it's the only
Yeah.
way to go.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just need to go across the hall and say, "Hey, Battlefront, what are you guys doing that's working?" And
Hey.
they'll probably respond, "Oh, we read our forms."
Oh, everything that you guys are doing, we're not doing that.
By principle, everything you do, we actually try to do the opposite.
And that actually works out really well.
We ask ourselves, what would those guys do? And we do the
Don't
opposite.
do it.
Last question comes in. Thank you very much, Big Goose.
Just for
ready-
the record, I do really like Battlefield 5.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
we're
it's
just
fun.
we're just joking. We're giving them
They
a hard
just
time.
make some changes that
We're
are
just giving them a hard
frustrating.
time. Anubis writes in and says, "How was your holidays? I missed this podcast." He says, "Well, thank you very much. We missed doing it. We missed doing it. What was your favorite present, or if not favorite one, which one would you like to tell us?"
Oh, I know one.
about? Go ahead, Jordan. Go.
Escape from Tarkov: Edge of Darkness edition.
Oh,
I just got
yeah,
it
he
like
just got it.
45 minutes ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Christmas present though? Anything? I have a few. Some members of the community gifted us a bunch of Amazon devices.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite gifts. Another one is Drop Mix.
Oh,
also
that was a
gifted to
fun
us,
game.
Which is this?
Yeah.
Who is the Harmonix?
Yeah.
It's Harmonix, but a board game. You hook up your phone to it. You throw down cards. It changes the beat. It's regardless of the beat. Let's say the beat's not there. It's just a really fun card game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good game. Have you played it, Spicy, yet?
No, we've set it up because
Oh,
we had to
dude.
get stuff on the phone and stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's-
we've set it up. We're ready to play it.
Well,
It
and
is
there's-
so fun, and it's a game that me and Tiffany, that's my wife, we've just played one-on-one. Like after
Yeah.
the kids go to bed, let's go, honey.
I've,
Boom. But it's
uh,
entertaining because of like the extra music. And
Yeah.
It's cool.
I've bought 2 expansions already.
Oh yeah.
And the collection factor is actually really fun because you add your cards. Christmas present, though, I actually did from the community get a game, My Hero
Oh.
Academia.
Oh.
The game. It's one of my. It's super. Yeah,
Have you
I'm
played it?
actually. I'm actually a My Hero Academia fanboy right now.
A lot of people are
So-
telling me I should watch it.
Yeah, it's
a
really
lot
good.
of people.
It's really good.
A lot of weebs I know are telling me I should watch it.
yeah.
Everyone.
Anyway, yeah. So that's
And I
that's
have
a good one.
I have one more that I forgot.
You can think about it.
I
can-
do have one more actually.
okay.
Sorry. Casey Jedi sent us his old
Oh,
Oculus.
Yeah.
And
We've set it up on that PC over there.
And I will say this: I had made my opinion about VR based off, and I still hold the same overall principle that they're going to need a game and an experience, right? It's definitely getting there. The PlayStation VR compared to the Oculus is a toy. The Oculus is superior in every way, and it is a very cool experience. And Saber Beat. Have you been going
Beat
hard?
Saber.
Have you? Oh, Beat Saber. Have,
Have
you
you
been
been-
going hard at that,
Beat-
Spicy?
Have I been what?
Have you been Beat Sabering it?
Yeah.
Have I
Beat
been
Saber?
beating hard?
Have you been Beat Sabering it?
Have you been beating it hard?
Oh my gosh. I have been. Well, I've played it a couple times, right? I think that game is a perfect example of a game that could work really well with it, right?
Yeah.
There are a few games that I think would work well with it, but the games that do work well with it are good. Like I actually want to set up what's that spaceship?
Elite
game?
Dangerous?
Elite Dangerous with that. I think Elite Dangerous is going to be just outstanding.
Oh yeah.
I actually want to mount joysticks.
Well, you have a joystick
have the thrust
setup.
master.
Oh yeah, well, I have one, but I want to figure out a way so it feels like I'm in the game,
In a cockpit.
right? Yeah. I was trying out some things. I got another game.
Gladiator.
It was like a gladiator,
Is that
which
cool?
was actually really fun.
Everybody says the Darth Vader one is like the one you have to get.
The problem with the Darth Vader one is it's a 40. So I was looking at it. I was thinking get it because you told me that it
Everyone,
probably
that's
was
what
good.
everyone's saying. Yeah.
It's a 40-minute game that costs $20. So that's why I was like, right? And I played Minecraft on there.
Beta. It is beta technically.
Yeah. The problem I have with it is
That one makes you sick.
in Beat Saber, I was fine.
Yeah.
Playing Beat Saber, that game is fantastic. Any other game I played, I was about to throw up.
Any other
my-
game?
That I played, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
really?
Yeah.
See, Minecraft. And
Minecraft
I think
made
the difference
me
in
nauseous.
In a game like Beat Saber, stuff is coming at you, and you can move to it and back it, but you're not moving around a world, right?
Yeah.
Minecraft, you're moving around this world, which I can say, being in our Minecraft realm, which by the way, guys, if the Minecraft realm is amazing, like being there, it does have this feeling of like, wow, look at, I'm downtown. This is sweet. But walking around in that game is like a 10-hour car ride where someone is thrown up in the back seat and the air conditioning is broke in 120
That's
degree
what got me.
weather. That's what it really does. It just
So Minecraft ruined me,
doesn't
and so I
work
had to put
somehow.
that game. And I've put on Beat Saber again to let James see it because he showed up the other day. And I mean, when the game is meant for it, it's fantastic. Like it's
it's a
works.
cool experience. Yeah.
It's a really cool experience, and the game has to be, it's hard to say it correctly, but it has to be good and has to be meant specifically for VR, right?
Yeah.
So, I am excited about it because I want VR to succeed. I do, but I don't want to be playing party trick games, right? So I don't know. It's really cool. I mean, and Beat Saber is the first time I have enjoyed a VR experience. Beat Saber is fantastic. It is a really good game.
I just want to say before we get to these guys here, thank you everybody who was kind from
and
the community
thank you,
and sent us
Yeah.
gifts and sent us amazing gifts.
The
Like,
Oculus, I mean, that was a tremendous gift.
It really
yeah,
was,
we're
yeah.
just blown away. There's lots, and people don't necessarily want to be named, so we won't name names. But thank you we had multiple people send us gifts for Christmas. Thank you very much, guys. It means a lot to us.
Can I tell about another gift that's not gaming related?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was really a cute thing. A little kid in in my neighborhood, right?
Uh-huh.
He brought me cereal, and I thought that was
awesome.
he just like, hey, I know you like Reese's Puffs,
Here you go.
and here you go, Merry
That
Christmas.
is awesome.
Because it was like specific, because that's my favorite cereal, right? I
Yeah.
love Reese's Puffs. So, anyways, that's like one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. A little
That is hilarious.
yeah, a young man in my neighborhood brought over some cereal for me.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
Jordan,
Cool. Yeah,
gift?
best cereal
best
ever.
gift for you?
Didn't I already say it?
Oh yeah, no, but it was anything else?
No, it was the
My Hero Academia.
yeah, My Hero Academia was good. Well, we got a lot of good stuff.
Based on Console Wars, I have one more. Based on Console Wars, this was a self gift that I gave myself because I'm reading the book Console Wars. I bought myself a Sega Genesis Mini.
Oh, good for you.
I haven't hooked it up yet. I haven't taken it out of the box because my wife doesn't know that I bought it for myself, but it's there. It's still in the Amazon box that it came in.
That's funny. What games are on that?
Everything. Everything.
Even the new games.
The only games that matter. But
Is X-Men on that? I
yes.
loved X-Men.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming over to play.
The one I really wanted the Sonics. I want to go back through all the Sonics. That's really what inspired me because
You
it
ready
is
for
a
the movie?
unique. It is a unique game. I mean, it is a unique platformer, right? Like the speed, the abilities that had never been done before. Like Sonic is really what I bought it for. So
Getting ready for the movie.
Yeah.
I
After they
I
fixed him?
I actually think the movie looks good. I'm actually excited to go see it.
yeah, I'm getting okay.
He doesn't
feel
seem
okay.
that excited.
I feel okay. I'm not like super excited about it. Or
I'm
anything.
pretty excited for it.
Guys, first episode of 2020. This is going to be a huge year. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being live in chat. Again, one of the big goals, one of the best ways to support us is to go rate, review us over at Apple Podcasts. It's one of the best ways to do it. Also, come jump in, pull up the live streams as much as you guys can. That is a fantastic way this year to help us. Our goal over the first part of this year is to get to 100 people in the stream whenever we stream. If we do that, we're getting exposure over on Mixer like never before. And we have a community that can do that. We've been there. We've almost been there before. The adjustments to Sparks kind of changed stuff for us, but that's a huge goal for us for right now. So anytime we go live, anytime we're streaming, come join us or keep it up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We do the old podcast over on mixer.com/X1Bros. 2020, here it comes. Enjoy your games this week, guys. We'll be back next week. Any, you guys want to say anything?
I'm excited to talk about Kakarot next week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
'Cause
We're
I'm
all
gonna stay
getting
up.
that.
I'm going to stay up late on
Spice is gonna-
Thursday and
I
play it.
guarantee you, Spice is gonna first thing he's gonna do is go try and cook.
I'm sure I will. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Was Chi-Chi's?
With
At
Chichi's
Chi-Chi.
place.
That's your wife.
Chi-Chi.
That's your wife.
That's
Yeah.
my
Well, it's
wife.
Goku's wife.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, that's awesome.
Smoking. Have a good one, everybody.